Caroga. Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to keep your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Dare to make war, we surrender. All good, important news are
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. You're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9. And I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hail Caroga, and hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5, Qapla. I guess the first question is, can you hear me? Because last time I went in from StreamYards, no one could hear me. Let's wait and see if anyone can give me the magic number. Is 52. Can anyone give me the magic number? In the meantime, Not Ryan Johnson was first in the chat, says hello in Qapla. Hashtag Caroga forever. Hashtag smash that like button. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Not Ryan Johnson. And Sinnabun Bunny says next on Seconds from Disaster, a routine space flight turns into deadly hellfire. Thomas Potts says, a woman, you are live. A woman, yes, a woman. Joseph Patrick says, early bird, how is your worm? Now, the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Thomas Potts says, Cinnabon Bunny, you know why Turtestan built massive bases. We had so much time because Bird of Prey kept crashing and we had no one to fight. Cinnabon lolls. And Thomas says he's not joking. Not Ryan Johnson says 24-hour bird crashing and space engineer stream is needed. Just imagine all the sons of bitches moments. Mike Richards is here. You find. Thank you, Mike Richards. Rock Solid says hashtag birds late, hashtag unsubbing, hashtag hail on Turtestan, hashtag can't hear bird. Lots of lies. Lots of lies. Not Ryan Johnson hears me. Thank you, Not Ryan Johnson. Joseph says 5 by 5. Mike Richards says 52. Thomas says 56. Not Ryan Johnson says 52. Cinnabon says 69. I knew somebody would. Thomas says 978-896-6690656858956536994758. Poe gives a thumbs up. Welcome, Poe. Qapla, everybody. So yes, we are doing some space engineers today on the Sinnabun server. I've replaced the ship that went down in flames yesterday. The hard landing has been rebuilt. Unfortunately, it has no uranium. I have to get rid of some of these extra. I built extra O2 generators to get that initial oxygen fill up to 100%. So I got to get rid of those. The goal today is going to be to take this into space. Well, actually, the first goal is going to be, and I also repaired the space base that took some severe damage. You can see now it's got 4 legs again. All its underground under engines are back, and a couple of holes in the floor have been patched. So the first thing we're going to do is take the space base into space, jump it in a random direction at a random distance, park it on an asteroid, and then come back, probably beam back, assuming everything is working, beam back, pick up this ship, take it up into space, mine the uranium that's left over from the place we mined uranium last time, then jump this ship to the new location of the space base, wherever that happens to be, and start letting the refineries go ahead and refine the uranium in that space base, and then probably beam back down to this base when we end the stream. I don't know if we'll be able to do it all today. It's assuming nothing goes wrong, but let me, let's go head over to this base before I give you guys the link to get in, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, this is the first piece of the puzzle, because the hard part is not landing that other ship. It gets too heavy when it's full to land in gravity. So this ship has to, and we hope it's got a full tank of hydrogen. We should be able to make it. It's got 2+ days of power, so we should be able to jump to a remote location, and we'll fill it up with some uranium. Let me go back to the chat, and then I'll put in the links if anybody wants to come up. Thomas Potts is calling me a cheater. There was no cheating, Thomas. I'm not an admin. I couldn't cheat even if I wanted to. Geeks enjoy Nerdrotica says, shout out from the waiting room. Have a great stream, Bert. I didn't see you streaming. Geeks enjoy Nerdrotica. You weren't listed. Rock Solid says, hashtag rip Tanya Roberts. Who's Tanya Roberts? I'll have to look that up. Not Ryan Johnson says, Bird of Prey, all your landings are hard. That is true. And all your base are belong to us, says Rock Solid. Hashtag someone set up the bomb. Thomas Potts says, turn around, Bird of Prey. Turn around. If your ship is too heavy, I'll shoot parts off to make it light. I don't see from that 70s show. Was it the mother? It wasn't Donna, was it? You don't know? It doesn't say what the actress, what character they played? No, I don't. Midge was the mother. Oh no, Midge was the neighbor. Donna's mother. Okay. Oh, that's sad, but
was premature death, and then yeah.
Bird sucks at landings because they are hard, and he loves. No. Tanya Roberts is in Beastmaster. Well, I never watched Beastmaster, rock solid. I did watch that 70s show. So here's the invitation, panel link for anyone who would like to come up to the panel and talk as I attempt to take off and land this base. Let's check our inventory. What's our reactor status? We don't have reactors. We have warp cores. What's our warp core status? Okay. Enough. What's our ice status? Sufficient. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. Okay, I have to go ahead and make I have to make a group for all the up thrusters so that do up thrusters fire up or go up? Oh, they're large hydrogen thrusters. Okay. How are there that many? What the? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's no way there's 20 freaking large hydrogen up thrusters on this thing. What the fuck is going on here? Welcome live at the Love Shack to the panel.
Hello.
Hello.
I was about to start my own. I was about to start my own StreamYards, but I see you online, and there was an invitation to the panel. So, what the fuck? Let's go. Why not?
Sure. You're welcome.
Is that a dildo?
A Yugo?
No, a dildo on stream.
No.
That thing. Is that a
The
dildo
thing
or
in
a
my
joystick?
hand, it's a welder.
It's a welder. Okay.
It's a welder.
What are you building?
I built a space base and space engineers. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 large hydrogen engines? Really?
That's not a ship. That's a
Star
Destroyer.
It's a space base, but it can take off.
They did that on that TV series For All Mankind. They launch and land a space station on a permanent space station on the moon at the end of the season. But I doubt they had 13 engines on that thing.
Yeah, this has definitely got more engines than
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3, 4. I guess so. I guess it's that many. We'll call them because this is called the CMB for Caroga Mobile Base, the CMB Duet up.
So that means I'm finally in Caroga.
Yes, sure.
Wow.
We're about
great.
to move
That's my first visit.
We're about to move part of Caroga to a distant location.
How do you move part of a planet?
well, we're moving a mobile base. So
Okay.
wherever this goes, Caroga follows. Okay.
I see. I
So
think
we've got
Caroga was the whole planet.
Caroga can claim the whole planet, but you need a presence to be able to really, you know.
Oh, like the Falklands.
Yes, like the Falklands. Okay.
Great.
We have liftoff, and
Oh God.
I'm turning off the inertial dampeners. We are at max velocity, so I'm coming over. I'm now going to increase our engines till we get to maximum speed. I hear somebody's in the back. I'll get right there. I'm just decreasing thrust until we see a slight decrease in speed. And then we know we've gone too far. There we go. Okay.
Almost in orbit.
Welcome, Joseph Patrick, to the panel.
Greetings from the future.
Unfortunately, not almost in orbit, quite a ways from orbit.
Welcome, brother.
Hello, hello there. Greetings to South America.
Greetings to Western Europe or Central Europe.
Central
Don't know
Europe,
how they decide that yet.
Yeah, it's depending on how close do you want to be to the Russians, you know. It's either Central or Eastern. Usually it's considered Central Europe. Yeah.
Okay, I
no
see we
duet
have some...
is not Carogan for Doomed. And welcome, Dave G.
Looks like we have some trolls on the chat room.
Lots of trolls. Lots of trolls.
First,
hey, multi-gun man.
The first time I see somebody calling for Rip Love Shack.
You got who we got here? We got MB Geeks.
Qapla
MB Geek.
Hey, Qapla. I just came over. I was checking what was going on. Sorry, I would have been here sooner, but Stone Loki had a special with Graham Nolan, who was part of the Nightfall series for Batman, and I couldn't pass that up.
No apologies necessary.
So the boxing match has nothing to do with your delay.
No. Although I did get, thankfully we did manage to get everything out of the attic in one day, and I am tired as hell.
Did you manage? Because you mentioned today earlier in the stream that you were still on it. So you continued?
Yeah. What happened was, Joseph. What happened was, we got about half the stuff down, and our garage seemed like it was pretty much full. I mean, there was already stuff in it. But we took a break. We ate. My wife took her time. She flat out made it clear. She's like, I want 15 minutes to myself to do my own thing, which I know how she is, and I also know how I am. When I'm focused on something, I don't want to be bothered, especially when it's like an IT something. I hate it when people start asking me questions. I'm like, leave me the fuck alone so I can get the job done. No, I'm trying to think, and your yapping is distracting me, which is pretty much the same for my wife. So, I sat out there. We talked for a little bit. We managed to get everything else down from the attic and managed to space it out. Tomorrow is going to be a donation run and probably a couple of dump runs. Told my wife we're going to have to take the truck and the van. If the weather is good, I can bring my truck in the backyard and get the stuff that we're getting rid of from out of the shed. But if it rains or anything like that, or it's still so, I can't go back there, because if I take my truck back there, it's going to tear my yard up more than it already is.
Do it a garage sale.
Well, there are some things. Well, first off, I can't do a garage sale because I live in an HOA and I have to do it during the approved times. But I can put stuff in. We do have stuff we plan. We're just going to put out on the lawn, say free, and then we're just going to post it on our HOA webpage, our HOA Facebook page. Like, hey, free, come grab it or it's going to the dump. And I live in a community mostly with military. Trust me, I lived on base housing. You would not believe how many times somebody put something on the front lawn by the sidewalk, which meant it was free. That was it. That was always the understanding. There was no rule. It was just unwritten. Once you put it on the sidewalk or the curb, it's free to. It's fair game. And you would not be surprised. I saw people at times put stuff out. The neighbor come out, grab that stuff, and take it in their house. I had one time there was this. I had one time there was this.
And the most expensive thing so far you had ever catch was?
Actually, there was this really great dining table I got for a lot of years. It was very heavy, very hard wood, in really good condition. Just needed a little pledge. And a little bit of sawdust and sanding to smooth out a few areas, but overall it was really nice. And
Bert,
I had that all the way from North Carolina to California. I think after California, though, I think we trashed it after that point, or we donated it. I don't remember which. But I was
Bert,
moving from California to Florida.
If this is something common that when you put something out in front of the house, it's free to take. I wouldn't do chair lives anymore.
Well, okay. Let me explain. Let me explain that. Certain things. Obviously, if there's a bike on the sidewalk, you don't come take the bike unless the bike actually has that. That's really kind of like something like it doesn't look like it looks like it probably belongs to the house. But if you put it out on the curb on a military base, there's a pretty good chance it's going to get snatched up. It was kind of just an unwritten rule. It was like you put it out on the curb, you want somebody to take it, somebody comes and takes it. Or on a base, they come around and they have the trash and then they have the big dump, and the big dump comes in. Normally if you need a big dump come in, like you got to get a lot of big stuff out, you have to call ahead of time. That was already established on pretty much every base I was ever on. So it was either going to get picked up by somebody or it was going to get picked up by the trash man. Just depended.
I do it basically here as well.
Or I think we're high enough now.
We've reached orbit. I'm now going to aim in a random direction.
A random direction.
A random direction.
Oh my God.
Don't hit that asteroid, please.
There we go.
Hey, he flies great. His landing is what he needs to work on.
Actually, it's not the landing. It's the surviving rate of the passengers.
The jump drive.
Well, as the old saying goes, I want to die quietly in my sleep, not screaming like the people on my dad's bus.
Yeah.
Jump a random amount.
By the way, since you are cleaning out the attic, can I assume you decided for a house?
Yes, we did. Joseph, yes. That house, the first choice, we did the walkthrough yesterday, and oh my God. But it was even better than the pictures. So they actually, when they had in there's a fenced-in area on the property for pets. When they took us outside and saw it, we actually could see that fenced-in area for their dog. So I'm like, oh my God! She got up close to it, and I'm like, holy crap! That's about the size of our backyard. I was like, this is awesome. I was like,
Qapla
there's
the
already
Fed
a
Doc.
fenced-in area for my pets.
Qapla.
Oh, the
Well,
Fed dog.
in name of the pornographic community for home and decorations, we would like to see pictures of the house as soon as it's all ready, please.
Well, as soon as I can. So, yeah, Joseph, I called I texted the realtor earlier today after I got done with the interview yesterday and said, first I called my bank. I want to make sure, hey, pre-approval's good. I can make an offer. They're like, yes, you can make an offer. So I texted the realtor and I said, okay, we're ready to make an offer. And we just went ahead and said, we're going to go with the asking price. I don't feel it's unreasonable, and I really don't feel a need to negotiate it. Because I think, honestly, if I did, I might knock $5,000 off, but realistically, when you're talking a 30-year loan, that's really going to be minuscule on the mortgage rate, or the monthly mortgage rate. And the lady, told, actually, this house will have a lower. My current house is on a 3.25. That house, the bank told me I'm looking at 2.8, 2.9, easy APR. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, you're seriously telling me I can get something in the twos?
Yeah, congratulations.
Super.
Oh, actually, that house, that little treehouse area, that picture was out of date. They actually did more work on it, so it's actually completely finished from what I saw in the live photo.
So unlike Bird of Prey, you actually contrary to Bird of Prey, instead of playing with, you actually have a tree house.
I don't have it yet, buddy.
You will. You
realtor,
will. I believe in you.
I think it's going to happen. I don't see a reason why not. I've already put the offer in. The lady was very happy. I know why they're moving. She's moving for similar reasons we are. She's moving. She wants to move closer to town for family and stuff. I want to move into this house for roughly the same reason. I just don't want to be in the city. I prefer the country area. Yeah, I know it's going to be, and I'm going to have to drive 20, 30 minutes to get to town. I'm like, yeah, and I don't care. I'm totally fine with that. That's actually going to be a great excuse for why when the kid's like, can we go somewhere? I'm like, I don't feel like driving today.
So Sinnabun is saying that this asteroid is holy ground. That's bullcrap. This asteroid didn't exist until I jumped over here.
So you're going with the softest idea?
Why?
So how long is it going to take you to get to the asteroid?
Well, I was going slow, just out of an abundance of caution. But I could speed it up a little.
Yeah, that's good.
Probably just take
Why
a
did
few
you
more
move
minutes.
from the planet and then move?
Because the whole point, I need to be in space to get uranium and other metals that I need for advanced weapons and stuff. And so
there is a stuff they don't advertise much, but there is a stuff called dilithium.
Not in this game. There isn't.
Not in this game.
Not in this.
What? Are you in the Expanse?
No, we're in Space Engineers.
The dilithium is inert in this universe, so.
Great.
Yes, a older Kelpian child had a meltdown and caused dilithium to go inert.
Oh, don't even remind me that.
There is
Jesus
no
Christ.
Kelpian in the Star Trek universe. That is simply really bad fan fiction.
Yeah.
It's just illusion.
Totally agree with that. And I finished watching the last episode of Doctor Who, the Revolution of the Daleks. Oh, by the way, the title is completely misleading. There's no such thing as a revolution of the Daleks. There's no revolution at all. It would be more like
You tell them.
It would be more likely called the ethnic cleansing of the Daleks. Okay.
Yosef, so getting back on what I was talking about too, the realtor did come out to the house, made a suggestion. So what we're going to do, and this is kind of not what I wanted to do, but I understand why it needs to be. We're going to probably close on that house before we sell this house. So we have everything moved out. We can get, we can take care of some of the stuff we need to take care of, but we're going to hire, like a professional cleaner, professional painter to come in. So when the whole house is empty, they can take pictures and do that. But we put so much money in upgrading this house. I think that, and it's going to be, and most likely it'll be what we call a VA home loan because
slowly
we're mostly military here. So.
Slowly.
But every other house in this neighborhood is sold, so I'm pretty confident we'll do fine.
Come on, Bird, you can do it.
I know this is.
Can you actually land?
Just
well,
the right
it's zero
placement.
G.
Well,
it's zero gravity.
Not crashing.
Almost
no,
there.
No. Come on, yeah.
Almost
come on.
there.
Yeah, come on, can do it.
Come on, you can do it, Bird.
Okay.
What direction to go down into?
Okay, like a feather. Come on, like a feather.
I just want
almost there.
Get it lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
come on,
you go.
Can
little
do
to
it.
the front, little to the front.
Yeah. Remember, no gravity.
I know there's no gravity.
Great. Come on.
I just need one of these things to lock down. There we go.
Stop!
We have.
Oh God.
We have locked
Jesus.
down.
Oh God.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
God.
turning off the thrusters. We are turning off the gyroscopes.
Jesus.
Is there really no?
Okay, come on. Just
We're
a
not dead.
little bit.
There's no ore on this asteroid whatsoever. We have the ore detector
All
on.
that effort?
What the fuck?
I'm
Is
calling
this
some
serious?
bullshit.
I mean, that almost looks like ore right next to us. Let's go
Okay,
look
blame
at
the
it.
bunny.
Let's go.
Cinnabon,
Yeah,
looks like I survived until this moment, so...
Yeah.
That looks like it could be ore of some type.
How do you tell the aura on this game? Is it the dark spots?
You see the colors, but we have an ore detector, so it should be telling me if I'm within a kilometer of it. It should be. Oh, did I ever set the ore detector? That's a good
Do you
question.
have a hook, an anchor, or anything?
The ore detector to tell. Oh, the ore detector was still set at 75 meters. There we go, 1,200 meters. Okay.
Now what have we got?
Now what do we got here?
Magnesium.
Well, whatever. At least there's something.
Are you sure that
Bird,
things
we need to
stable
talk to you
on
about
that
your
rock?
operating skills, buddy.
It's not ideal, but it's something. And let's see, do we have room for the other ships to go? Yeah. We have plenty of room for the other ships to connect.
I don't think your ship is stable there.
It's stable. It's locked in place.
The terrain is not flat.
Okay, that one is locked in. So we're
You got
we're
3
locked
out of
in
4
place.
locked in. You're good. Well,
no,
2
I
out
got
of 3.
one out of 4 locked in.
Oh shoot!
That's all you need.
Wow.
That's all you need is 1 out of 4.
1 out of 4? Are you insane?
It passes Carogan specifications.
It's plenty.
It's
Hey,
just
you don't question the leader of Caroga. If
I
he says
thought
1 is
so.
enough,
Question.
1 is enough.
Okay.
Look, I like the guy, but even I have my standards.
It's quadruple. Basically, it's like quadruple. What do you call it? Redundancy. Yeah, exactly.
Redundancy. Yeah, you're
Okay,
talking
this
about
will be
redundancy, I think, Joseph.
the duet.
Yes.
I need to
I
hide
like
the screen
the
for a
word
second.
redundancy.
Can you blow up the asteroid a little bit just to make the terrain more flat?
You could trust Bird with explosives.
I probably could, but I'm not going to right now. Duet, beam.
Well, let's give him a chance. Let's give him a vote of confidence, people. At least he landed the thing.
Barely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, still.
Okay, 4 stars out of 5 this time.
Okay. So we have the duet beam in location all set.
Wait a minute. Do you mean you can transport the ore inside your ship?
Yes. Now we're going to transport back to the main base that we just came out of.
You can get out of your orbit. You can get in orbit. You can travel through space. You can transport things, but absolutely no dilithium.
No dilithium.
So no warp drive. You can leave
new
the system.
Caroga beam in. That's where we're gonna go.
Jesus.
I
could imagine the anti-tracker blowing up that asteroid out of the sky right now.
Why are we not beamed anywhere?
Just to piss off Bird of Prey 5.
Are we too far to beam? Is there a distance?
Yeah, because that's not Star Trek. Don't have the dilithium.
Is there a maximum distance for the transporter that I wasn't aware of?
Yeah.
You tell me.
There is.
Wait,
or else we already you
to be honest, I didn't want
to
to beam out anyway just yet. I wanted to put these extra supplies in here because I don't need them when I beam back.
Well, thanks God you are on 0G. Because if you were on the top of on the top of a mountain, you would be skiing with that ship right now.
Let's try this again. Okay.
Oh, that would be quite fun.
Yeah, imagine.
New Caroga beam in. Teleport to. New Caroga beam in. And teleport.
Okay, I hope that's not a Cronenberg transporter.
Why are we not beaming?
Oh shit, that's it. That is a Cronenberger transporter.
Not enough power. We've got two warp cores. How much more power could we possibly need?
Maybe 3? 4 warp cores? It's too far away.
Where'd you get this transporter from?
Space and fly off. Welcome, Bee's Nest Films.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Mr. Love Shack is in here.
Yeah.
I just spent 4 hours in line in Mexico.
4 hours to get back or 4 hours to get in?
Oh, no.
4 hours to get out.
Yeah, to get out.
Okay, we do have a backup. If we want to add some additional power, I can turn on, although I just have a hard time believing it's going to make a difference. I can turn on several hydrogen engines, which I have turned off. There we go.
Can you move the ship closer to the ore you want?
Why won't the hydrogen engines turn on? Yes, this is
that
an
is?
asteroid.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not in the window. That's why. Okay,
No,
7.
that bird isn't
There
just
we go.
Hey,
stopping
Behind
Hey,
you.
Be Nest.
Yeah,
Be
what's up,
Nest.
Love Shack? What's up?
I watch your Trace Lords fitness video. It get
How'd you
boring
like it?
pretty quickly. It get boring pretty quickly.
I got a real good one coming out soon that you won't be bored
Oh,
with.
that would be nice.
It's got a lot of what you like in it. Well,
Look,
tonight somebody wants me to premiere a movie, but I'm not sure if it'll block it or not. But it's it's just a regular movie. But I think on
a
Thursday
regular
or
movie.
Friday,
What do you
Jacob's
consider a
Ladder.
regular movie?
Jacob's
What?
Ladder. Jacob's
Never
Ladder.
heard about.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah, I
There's
know
a
exactly.
big transporter. Son of a bitch.
You had a bigger transporter and you didn't know inside your own ship.
I didn't know there was a bigger transporter. I built this transporter. Welcome, Positive Candor.
No, imagine any big geek moving inside his new house and suddenly realizing, hey, wait a minute, I didn't know there is a bigger bathroom inside here.
Okay, we will
Oh, look.
grind down the small transporter, and I guess we'll try to build a big transporter.
Anti-Track is trying to tunnel. He's trying to tunnel underneath their thing.
Transporter pad. What components do we need? Construction,
Dude.
superconductor. I don't know if we've got enough. I don't know if we've got enough stuff here to build this.
And where do you want to transport?
I need to transport for this whole plan to work. I got to be able to transport back to my base.
Well,
how many people does it need to fit?
Yeah,
it only needs to fit one, but I'm being told that this has a range limit.
Well, I think you really need to start to think about turn this operation to more than one person operation.
But that would require trust, and I don't think Bird has that very much.
It's not a matter of trust.
It's a matter of hire the right people and make get things done.
Oh radio components, son of a bitch. Do I have radio components?
I think
I got 87.
I start to
How many
imagine
do I
people.
need?
I start to imagine engineers from Star Trek listen and watching this, laughing about and saying, "Oh my God, they are still using radio components." Jesus Christ!
It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that movie, The Fly. He's gonna come transport back in a big blob, merged into 5 people.
Yeah, that's really is a Cronenberg scenario. Jeez, no, what was the movie?
Okay, we need 52 radio components. Let's see if we have enough to build radio components.
Damn.
Build. Do you mean refine?
Damn, that girl was fucking hot.
Yay, we're building radio components. Okay. We have some supplies on board. So that'll be awesome if we can make it through 52 radio components. And then the tough one is going to be getting superconductors. Don't worry,
Thomas
Carlo.
Bird. No, Thomas Bird's not
No, I
stranded.
don't have a build repair thing on the ship, Carlo.
There is actually some sort of mod you can get which will actually build things for you in a certain vicinity.
We have it. I'm just not using it. I have it at my main base, but not at the space base.
Oh God.
Okay.
You people are really turning me into a religious person because I say "Oh God" and Jesus so often. I may start to pray.
Yeah, that works.
Oh Lord, please, may Bird of Prey come back from space and with the ship in one piece.
108 superconductors. Now that's going to be the hard thing. 108.
Love Shack, are you sure it's not oh God, we're all gonna die?
What?
Are you sure Are you sure you're not just saying oh God, we're all gonna die because we're flying with Bird?
We are still in 0G. The takeoff works pretty well, and I have absolute hope for expect Bird of Prey 5 had installed at least parachutes inside this thing, just in case he can land with the engines.
The space base doesn't have parachutes.
Yeah,
the space base.
Oh God!
The space
You're
base
gonna
is
die.
never. It's never intended to land on the planet again. Once it took off from the planet, it's never going to return to gravity. So
wait, do you mean we are supposed to trust you and use the transporters on the ship to come back?
Yes, that was the whole point of transporters.
Oh
was
God,
I thought
no! Jesus, please, I don't want to die.
Yeah,
I don't want
yes,
to...
Sinnabun, if I need to. But
I
don't have it. Oh, I do have a jump drive in the back of the ship. I guess I could use parts from a jump drive.
Guess I was right.
Finish the transporter, then transport back with the pieces needed to repair the jump drive. Assuming we don't have enough to finish. But
okay,
we might.
Did you at least purchase those transporters they get from Stargate? You know those with the rings. They used to transport from the ship into the planet.
We
back
don't
to the planet.
have Stargate technology available.
Oh Jesus!
We have Caroga technology, much worse.
Oh my God! In what kind of navy did they sign up?
I think we have enough. We have enough superconductors to finish our transporter. Oh, I have to take it out. I have to take it out.
So once again, do you mean that to come back to the planet, we must trust in this Caroga Cronenbergen technology of transport?
Duh.
Okay. Awesome.
Now, oh God, you are screwed.
Now let's see if we can do this transport, even if I shut off the hydrogen engines, because I really don't want them on wasting hydrogen if they don't have to be.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, I imagine the Starfleet engineers look at this and say, "Oh, that's so cute. They are powered by hydrogen."
You know what? While we're there, we can turn off the ore detector because freaking magnesium is really of no particular use to us.
As I remember,
so why waste the electricity?
Okay, now it's official. It's official. My prayer of the day is, oh God, we are all about to die.
Okay, now.
And that's my question earlier.
Duet.
Yep. I stand corrected.
Okay. We're going to.
Because I think they at least had Klingon technology. No, they don't have Klingon technology. They have Carogan technology. that this spin-off of Klingon technology that's not exactly Klingon technology.
No, it's a downgrade.
Oh God.
God help us all.
Okay. So new Caroga beam in, 2 teleport. And it's
Caroga
working.
beam.
It's working. Yes.
And you're back on the planet.
We've beamed back
Thanks
to the
God.
planet. Awesome.
Okay, everybody, check
Okay.
check your junk. See if it's not. See that if there is nothing missing.
Or
Come on, guys. Yeah.
But what we've got to do now is build a large transporter here. Otherwise, we can't ever jump back.
But Fox makes a good point. Can you beam back?
Well, yeah, once I build a big transporter here, I can beam back.
Wait.
So
you can beam back now?
Not at this instant, I can't, but I will clear out some of this ground and we'll build a big transporter, and then everything will be hunky-dory.
Did you check with the contractors before start to open new holes? New holes?
What are you talking about, contractors?
Well, you check with somebody else before you started to.
I'm an engineer. I don't need
open.
to check with contractors.
You are opening new holes
Like having
inside
a
a cave.
doctor saying, "Doctor, did you check with the nurse before you started treatment?"
Huh?
Look, just because you are a kind of Doctor Doom, that doesn't mean your Latvian degree of science is a valid one. Okay?
Which way is that?
There once upon a time, Doctor Strange meets with Doctor Doom, and okay, Doctor Strange is a doctor.
Here.
He's a medic. Okay, so he comes around, meets Doctor Doom, and Doctor Strange asks him, "Okay, what is your doctor's degree?" And Doctor Doom responds, "Oh, I have a doctor's degree for the University of Latveria."
Of what Varia?
Latveria.
I don't know.
You know
what
that place where where he is the dictator for life. And
no.
Doctor Strange comes around and say, "Okay, you give yourself a doctorate. That doesn't mean you graduate. That doesn't mean that's valid."
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because you are dictator of Caroga.
But did he get it before he was dictator of Caroga?
Oh yeah. Well, good luck opening new holes inside that cave.
I think you should be more worried of the fact that Sinnabun and who else? T-Burger now are in your base, considering it's salvage.
It's not salvage. What, the space base or this base?
The space base. I believe the words were T-Burger and Cinnabon. Kroger has abandoned their base. It's salvaged now.
It's not abandoned.
Well, it depends on who's more well armed, you or T-Bird. Or Cinnabon. As I remember last time, you were politely told to leave Bunny Space. Well, as politely as Cinnabon can be.
Well, if they get inside the space station now, that's considered trespassing.
And thus, Bird, for once, actually has a legal reason to shoot somebody.
Yep.
True, T-Bird, true.
Oh shit, mine. Okay.
Let me guess. Running out of batteries?
No, not running out of batteries. My inventory was full.
No. No. The joys of science fiction. The tools never work like they should work on real life.
Okay, radio 90.
Because if I did that on my computer, it would be fry.
It's just 75. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's not letting me take enough. What don't I need? I don't need those. Okay. 60. Oh, another 10. What else do we need? Really? 3 more radio? Fine. 3 more radio and a bunch of superconductors. Again.
And a toaster.
Reduction.
Toaster, are we bringing the Admix along?
Huh?
It's a joke. Warhammer joke. Never mind.
Oh, we already have a bunch of superconductors. Okay. Radio.
Hey, did you get the flag already?
We have a flag?
Caroga
Yeah,
has
the
a flag, of course.
The
Yes,
flag,
of course
the
we've got
flag
a
for
flag.
Caroga.
Yes, the Carogan flag is well known.
I never see it. I went several
Keep
times.
watching, you'll see it soon.
I went several times. I went several times on Captain Track cheerleading for Caroga. I never see the flag for Caroga.
Oh, we'll see it soon.
It's kind of like Starfleet. Only the dear leader can actually put up a flag.
Okay. And the transporter works. Good. So we can now beam back if we needed to. But
Hey, just out of curiosity, which is this game again?
Space Engineers.
Okay. And anybody can play it.
Well, you have to buy it, but yes.
Okay.
And then you've got to join Sinnabun server to play with us on this map. But yes, anybody can buy it and then join Sinnabun server. Okay.
That looks nice, but I don't have time for this.
It does take a lot of time, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It is therapeutic, though.
Now, does this have uranium in it?
I would rather be moving boxes in any big geek's house.
Okay. Okay, we have thrusters are on. Yes. Yes. Okay, good. So now we are going to disconnect this from the base. So it's going to just fly on its own.
Jesus Christ.
Fly away.
Good. Good, good, good. It is.
Oh, God.
Doing
That's supposed to land later.
No, this is also never supposed to land See, that was the problem. Was last time I tried to land it, even though it was never supposed to land. If I ever do have to emergency land it, it's got parachutes.
Oh, this one, the big one has parachutes.
No,
Good to
this
know.
one has parachutes. Right.
The big
Okay,
one has parachutes.
We got our full oxygen of hydrogen.
Water.
Okay, good. We don't need water.
Oh, you need water. Trust me.
I feel like there's something I'm forgetting. Okay, the main thing is we're going to get this guy off into space. We're going to get some uranium. And then we're going to jump to the new space base to have it process said uranium.
Wait.
So,
as memory serves, didn't you crash this one last time?
oh shit, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to take off. I forgot to take off these things. I crashed this multiple times. These are hydrogen generators.
That's a strange statement.
Fuck. Okay.
Why didn't
Yeah, he crashed, but he survived. He crashed, but he keeps surviving.
Yeah, he's durable like that, I do say.
Yeah. You can crash as many times as you want, as long as you survive.
What's the old saying? Any crash you can walk away from?
Hey, remember that SN8 from SpaceX? That crashed spectacularly.
All right.
But no passengers, no pilots. It was all radio controlled. I guess that would probably be Bird of Prey 5 on the remote control. I don't know. We will never know.
Yeah, well, I've actually been on Caroga Air, so it's a terrifying thought.
Like I said, if you survive the crash, that must be a great flight.
Depends on what you consider great.
Now, what are we gonna do with you?
Allow me a little dubiousness. Curiosity? Oh, well, it's early. My brain needs to boot up.
This is so entertaining.
I know, aren't you entertained?
Well, it's still better than Star Trek Discovery. Come on, throw the guy a bone. Give him a break.
There we go.
Maximum a chicken bone.
Okay.
Still better than Doctor Who.
Yes,
I didn't watch Doctor Who for over 1 year, so
You didn't lost anything. Trust me. Don't need to see that. Avoid that like COVID. Avoid that like a real plague.
I will try.
Okay, we now have all our H2O2 generators are full. We are now taking off.
And now we get to watch some spectacular bird crashes. Eventually.
Did I set up?
Only he tries to come back to the planet.
Did I set up? Shit. I did.
Well,
I did. Okay.
Just turn off the
Is it-
engines. Let's see what happens.
No. I'm turning on the thrust
Well, you will be traveling,
override.
just in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even supposed to have the hydrogen engines on yet because we're still
Well,
in the atmosphere. Oh well.
at least
That
not
was
upside down.
Okay.
I do still marvel at what this game has become.
Okay. Oh God.
Lower the engines. I'm guessing we're at a high enough altitude.
No, we're
I
not.
can turn
Keep going.
off
Keep
the
going.
electric. I can turn off the electric engines.
If
Yeah,
you
it
can see
didn't
clouds, you're not
didn't
high
even
enough.
adjust. It was fine. Turning off the atmospheric engines didn't even. Was that lightning? It
Yeah.
didn't even make a dent in our speed.
You are too low
There's
yet.
a lot of lightning for upper atmosphere, I'll be honest.
Pull up. Pull up.
Some lightning still happens in space. Some discharge go to the upper
That
atmosphere.
sounds like Star Trek Discovery nonsense. Okay.
No, it's not. Check online.
Okay.
Well, it's a discharge, so it's going to go wherever the weakest, what is it, path of existence? Lag.
Yeah, and we have positive candor on the panel. I didn't even realize that. Positive candor. LD was
half an hour
looking for
ago.
you. LD was looking for you today. I'm not sure if you caught up with him.
Hey, Wesley, I didn't know you were here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very positive.
And the FedOc, what's the time right now down there?
Around 7:56 a.m.
Okay, 8 a.m. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you
That's not
are
bad,
in
Jack.
a way more distant future than I am.
The next level.
You're the next level,
boiling.
totally. This is so.
I'm not going to play chicken with the ground.
This is so crazy when you realize we have here Europe, North America, South America, Australia on the panel.
Whoa.
That's just
Amazing.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Caroga
the other guy is on tomorrow already. We're still in the best.
TJ-A.
This is also one of the more rarest streams because you've got the accent hour.
Why can we hear everyone with Bird of Prey? I
Yes,
wasn't
that's right.
talking that much, Josh Street. Tiki of Doom says, boo, this game is boring. Imagine if it just started falling.
Now the London
Yeah,
Bridge
the
is
game
falling
takes
down
a little
something, I
bit
think.
of my brain cells. That's why we open stream it today. And Sinnabun is trying to talk Thomas into making a timer block that beams him back automatically. That sounds like cheating.
Oh, wait, Bird, are you able
Yeah.
to transport, how should I put this, completed blocks in this game?
No.
Oh, that's
No,
good.
I mean, for completed blocks, there's the jump drive. Who's cutting?
Don't look at me.
Sorry.
It's no problem. Just mute yourself, please. It's quite
Okay.
loud.
Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, for completed blocks, you can just put a jump drive on it and jump it where you need it to go. For a person, and you can carry, inventory on you for non-completed blocks. And Cinnabon has it set, so you can carry quite a bit of inventory. You can transport. And I realize now what happened yesterday, why I crashed, and why I never crashed before with this ship was because in creative mode, the maximum inventory size is a small fraction of what Cinnabun has it set to. So even though I came fully loaded from space with this ship in creative mode and was able to land just fine, the total weight of the ship was only a small fraction of what it was allowed to be in this version of the game, because it had so much materials in it. The weight of the ship was literally like 100 times heavier.
Who wants a cube?
Shut up,
Anybody
Wesley.
Anybody wants a cube?
Cube?
No,
Sorry,
it's an
Wesley
iron
Crusher,
cube.
I couldn't resist.
Don't worry, Dad.
Has Bird crashed today? Asks Wes. I mean, not in flames.
Emphasis on the yet.
Not in flames. Okay, we're just about somewhere around 40,000 feet is orbit. Meters is orbit. Once we hit orbit, then we can jump to the asteroid where I was mining uranium yesterday. And then we can jump back to the duet, unload the uranium, park the ship, and hopefully call it a successful mission.
Hey, Bird, sorry. When you were mining earlier, I had to leave because I had talked to my wife about the house and moving and stuff. So, and
No
what we're going
problem.
to do tomorrow for donation runs, dump runs, and then debating if we're going to literally tackle the garage tomorrow after all that. So, with that being said, did you get the magnesium out of that asteroid?
No, I don't need magnesium.
He don't
but
even get the uranium yet.
I was just happy to see that. Wait, what's going on here?
This is going to be another Cinnabon.
Wait, why are we not stopping?
There is a
okay.
thing called momentum.
I had I had the thrust override still on, even though I turned on the inertial dampeners. There we go.
Hey, anybody? Hey, should I give my dog the leftover McDonald's or not?
I wouldn't.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
why not?
I don't
look
have
at
a
this
dog.
face. Look at this face. Look at this little face here.
Oh shit. Okay, guys, I need to go.
Don't care, mate.
Take care. Take
Look
care.
at that face.
And of course, be
Oh, there's two of
okay,
them.
man. Oh, JD baby, I Lucas.
Okay,
Hi,
well, the question is,
Poppers.
what is the leftover McDonald?
Big Mac and fries.
Don't give them the fries.
Mac, not the
give them the
fries.
Big Mac without
cheese. I know.
No, give them the cheese too.
Cheese.
Do you see this?
I
They
wouldn't call
just
it
ate
cheese.
their
what
dog
they
food. Oh, and they're over here. They're sniffing it out. Here. I'll make it simple for you. You know the rule. It goes on the ground. It's fair game.
Jeez, it would be like fighting here.
Man, why is it taking them so long to eat? Sassy'd be done already.
Right?
Well, they just ate their dog food, so
I don't care how
I'm
much
assuming
Sassy
Luke
just
and
ate.
my
She'd
dog
already
Luke
be
here.
done.
But
My
don't
dog
forget,
Luke,
this is a beagle.
She's a little slow eater. He's the fast eater.
And
Come on,
he
you gonna eat
left
the rest
all
of
those
fries
French
or what? What?
fries
Don't look at me. You left the food.
with ketchup on them, nonetheless.
There's no ketchup on this.
Oh, I thought there was ketchup. Okay,
Oh, I don't put ketchup on my fries. I put mustard on my fries.
mustard, even worse.
What's wrong with mustard?
Okay, no. We can't be friends anymore, Cap. Or sorry, cat, bird. Damn, you don't like mustard on your fries?
I don't care about mustard on the fries, but for the dog, I'd think it's worse.
Oh no, there's no mustard on the fries
Oh,
now. No. When you said ketchup, I was like, no, I put mustard on my. I didn't put any. I didn't actually eat any of the
I
fries.
put
I
honey
just ate.
mustard on the fries.
Oh,
So
I could go with honey
we're
mustard on
halfway
fries.
there.
Absolutely.
We're halfway there.
Oh, I could go with honey mustard on the fries. Absolutely.
The only thing that I'm trying to avoid is ketchup.
Why?
For one simple reason, ketchup kills everything else in every single food.
No, makes a meatloaf perfect.
Eh,
Did I hear an ear? There, meatloaf has to have ketchup on it.
I'm not saying
I'm sorry,
I'm avoiding
meatloaf has
ketchup
to-
completely. I use ketchup only when the food is not in the category that I would prefer, so that I taste the ketchup more than the actual food.
I could think of a lot better things to use with coquillettes.
See, me, ketchup.
But I'm not judging. Not judging.
I am.
I gotta be honest. Ketchup is not something I use. Honestly, other than meatloaf, ketchup is not something I use very often. Almost never. My fries, I put mustard on it. My hot dog, I put mustard and relish and onions and cheese and all kinds of other good stuff depending on what's available. And on my hamburger, I want mayonnaise and mustard on top of coleslaw and a few other things. But yeah, meatloaf, I couldn't eat a meatloaf without ketchup on the top.
That's a strange.
But that's really the only thing I can think of where I really enjoy ketchup. Everything else after that, I'm not a big ketchup guy.
Don't think I eat
Okay,
anything.
I got a question for all of you.
Yeah.
I grew up on just. I'm kind of curious here. Who grew up on this a little bit? Mac and cheese with hot dog in it.
No.
No.
I mean, I would like it, but I didn't grow up on it. It's
I'm
nothing I
along.
would
I
have
wouldn't
turned
eat
away.
stuff.
Literally, mac and cheese is something that I never liked.
We used to have our own sort of mac and cheese in my home.
And it's even not a common food over here, to be honest.
Mac and cheese isn't common, Joseph?
No, not really.
What, okay, well, you bring up a good. What is a common food over there? I mean, for what you guys think, what do you find is a common food
in down under?
Sure, down
That's
under.
Hey,
That's
we
a
can
hard
do
one to
Australia too.
Crocodile meat.
No, that's a bit too
Oysters.
tough. Bird?
I know. I know.
Skippy steaks.
oysters.
I will come up to New York, to Queens, and throttle you.
No, you
Yeah.
won't. You want to
if
try?
you're gonna
I
pass
hate
the
to tell you,
lockdown.
buddy, but the New Yorkers, they a tough bunch. You go through the Bronx, you better be ready to put your money where your mouth is.
If I was going there, I probably would.
Now I forgot. Bird, are you in Manhattan or are you in one of the other boroughs?
I'm in Queens.
You're in Queens. Okay.
You got it right. You knew where to go.
But I know Bird is a good little Aussie, and he would never drink Foster's, would he?
No, I would certainly never drink Foster's.
Good boy.
But of course, in the United States, the commercials
I
say
did drink
Foster's.
Foster's once.
It's Australian for beer.
No, it's not.
No, I think it's
That's what they
Australian
say
for
on the
piss.
commercial.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think it's Australian for
Are
piss.
you
then.
saying I shouldn't be listening to what I hear on TV that it might not be true?
Bird, listen to the Aussie. If people see you drinking Foster's here, they'll think you're a tourist. This is the stuff we give tourists. There are two ways you can tell a tourist down under. One, they're red as a beet because they've been sitting in the sun for too long. Two, they drink Foster's.
And they thought it was going to be winter.
There's no such thing down here.
Well, look, honestly, if Foster's is supposed to be Australian for beer, I think it needs to be recategorized as piss for beer. Because I've drank it once, and it's about as bad as drinking Corona, in my opinion.
Yeah, Corona is disgusting. But
the only time I will drink Foster's or Corona is if I'm at a party, I'm getting shit-faced drunk, and that's the only beer available, and I'm already drunk, so it wouldn't matter. Other than that, no. So, what is a good beer you like? What is a good beer from an Australian brewing company you like?
Oh, good question. Where I live, Queensland, your basic beer is the 4X Gold, not dry. I would not give dry to anybody. Anybody. That stuff is an offense against God and nature. Then if I was down south, I would drink Victoria Bitters, VB, or Tui's. That stuff's good. Me personally, I prefer more pale ales.
So, you like the pale ales?
Yeah, we got one for 50 lashes.
Oh, you know what I always talked about when I first discovered pale ales, and I discovered them in California? I said pale Indian, well, up here it's called IPA, Indian Pale Ale. And I said this was like the greatest mind fuck in your mind. You look at a pale ale, and it looks like a light beer. But the moment you smell it and taste it, you know this is not a light beer. But somehow it looks like a fucking light beer.
It's also pretty expensive up here, down here.
So you like the IPAs, you like the little bitter taste?
Yeah, well, technically speaking, 4X does taste like a bit like an IPA. It's not really. There's one particular one my brother likes called Iron Jack, which is not bad, but it's a bit lacking in my view.
There is nothing wrong with being a beer snob.
I'm a beer snob, whiskey snob, Rakio snob.
Oh, buddy, I'm 41 years old. I left whiskey back in my 20s. We had to have a breakup because let's just say whiskey and me ended up being me praying to a porcelain god. So it was like this wasn't a good combination.
Yeah, I've gone more to Scotch these days. I mean, hell, for the New Year's Eve Sharknado stream, the last drink I had was what was it called again? It was Johnny Walker Blue.
Now, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on and I don't have them here. I can't read your name. So, what is your name, sir?
The Fedoc.
The Fedoc. Okay. I'm MB Geek. You can also call me Jesse. That's my real name. I don't care either way.
All good. But yeah.
Victoria Bitter is good. Well, okay. What does the Victoria Bitters taste like? Is it a bitter flavor? Is it a smooth flavor?
It's musky and potent. I wouldn't say it's bitter at all. It has a very strong flavor to it.
How's the smell?
It's not bad. I would say it's a tad bitter in smell.
I've always been more now I do enjoy my IPA, my pale ales, don't get me wrong, but I'm more of a little bit of a dark beer drinker. Now, that does not mean I like Guinness. I actually hate Guinness. I think it's horrible. Now, Guinness Dark Draft, that is very good, and I've quite enjoyed that. But I tend to when I go to breweries and stuff, I tend to go for more the dark beer. I tend to find it just has a much, in my opinion, a much richer flavor and a much richer aroma.
I agree with you.
What's that?
I agree with you. Good ones to have down here are the Cooper's Dark Ale. That stuff is delicious. Can't find it anywhere around here. For you, though, I would recommend getting a nice, if you were ever down here, I would give you a Tooheys Old. That stuff is dark. It's old-fashioned. It is delicious.
Yeah, dark beer is more my thing. IPAs, I have to be in the mood for, but I do love them. But I'm gonna be honest. You're sick, Sonder. You like Heineken?
Oh. Okay.
You know what? To each their own. To each their own. I'm gonna say that. Oh my god, I tried Heineken before and I was like, is this the only beer you... I literally tasted it and I was like, do you have any other beer? They're like, no, so we got... I was like, fuck, do I want to stay sober?
Yeah. There's a particularly bad beer I had. What was it? Actually, a few weeks ago, called what was it? It was something from Perth. It was the best of the lot because we only had like Heineken and Hans Super Dry as the other two options. Didn't like either, and this one was, I hate to use the term, but piss poor. This was the best of the lot, and it was still just very much a letdown.
What's this face? Whatchamanot? Bitters have a bit of iron aroma, in my opinion. Would you agree with that? An iron aroma?
Generally, yes, but the Australian ones don't. They're a bit different.
No, that's interesting. I've never tasted a drink that had an iron aroma. That actually sounds interesting.
It would smell like blood.
So I got all the uranium
I love
that was available on that asteroid. I picked up a little iron too, since it was there, and now we are heading into dock with the old space base. I jumped to it, and we're going to start setting it to process this uranium and iron, and then I guess I will head back to the main Caroga site and I don't know, figure out what to do.
And what's the big master plan here?
Well, basically to get this processing. And then we have a space base from which we can launch future missions without having to go from the ground, which saves us from needing a whole bunch of hydrogen thrusters on future ships. If we're just going to be in space, we can
I hope the coordinates of the base are not well known.
No,
I've kept the base coordinates fairly well secretive.
Good.
And hopefully they stay that way.
What's his face? I like some porters. Bitters are nice, but I am going to say stouts are my thing. When it comes to beer drinking, dark stout is definitely my area. It just I like the rich aroma and the rich flavor that comes with the stout. I just don't get that in any other beer. Unfortunately, they're also sometimes pricey, so I have to take my time.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me and the drink I was saying earlier. It's not a stout, it's a pale ale. It's 150 lashes. You buy 1 pint of that stuff, it's going to cost you $12 minimum.
We have a Oh god, we have a stout here called Rasputin, and it is so good, but it is so strong.
Good.
It's either 11 or 12%. Don't ask me which one. I don't remember. All I know is it came in a 4-pack, and I, like an idiot, thought, "Oh, it's only twice the alcohol percentage of a Budweiser. Oh, okay, it's like drinking 2 beers." No, it was not. Not
Yeah.
even close.
You
Oh
also
my
can
god,
find
I
this
drank that
hilarious.
first beer and I was like, oh my god, what the hell did I drink? No, don't get me wrong, it was great. It was a fantastic beer. It was just, I had never gotten buzzed off of one bottled beer in my life.
We have successfully connected to the base, and our ores are now being processed by the refineries.
Okay, here are a few comments from Sinnabun.
This should be good.
How dare you to mine in a sanctuary for endangered resources? And of course, it's well known. It's the holiest asteroid this side of Mars. And Wesley says, T-Berg, should we blow up Caroga or help them? And Cinnabon
Oh
says,
no, we help Caroga always.
and
We help Caroga.
Cinnabon says here, the Bunny Empire offers T-Berg 10k uranium to betray Wes.
Oh, here we go again.
Wow. Well,
And
don't
Wesley's-
take it. The 10k uranium disappears after a day.
And
I
Wesley
took it, and
says-
then the next day it was gone. Easy
And
come,
Wesley
easy
says,
go.
I will take the offer. What do I need to do?
Oh yeah, and B, Jess will appreciate this. I had a friend who used to drink vodka a lot, and one day I gave him a bottle of rakia. They made the poor mistake of drinking out of the bottle.
Oh, rakia. Okay.
I've never heard of rakia. I did make the mistake of being an idiot and taking Everclear straight, even though the bottle says don't take this straight. Well, I did. Well, I did. And son of a bitch, if I didn't feel like an anvil hit my stomach, I don't know whatever will.
Rakia is basically much softer than kerosene. So
Yeah. Now I can drink that stuff no problem, but I know how to drink it properly. This fool drank it straight from the bottle, thinking it was, this is a Slavic drink. It's like a vodka. About an hour later,
done.
Hey, I only did the absolute vodka thing the Everclear. Sorry, the Everclear. I only did that one time.
Okay.
And I was like, while I was drunk off my ass because I had taken 2 shots because I was an idiot. And I was like, oh, that was just the first shot. Let me take a second shot. Nope, boom. I think I got stubborn and went for a 3rd shot, and after that I was like, I am such a fucking idiot. I'm like, I should have really looked at the word. I'm like, God damn it, I feel like an idiot person who looks at a thing when they buy a piece of detergent and it says, do not ingest. And I'm like, why didn't I just listen? I could have mixed this with Coke. I could have mixed it with anything else. No, I had to be the idiot and take shots.
Well, as much as I love my Russian brati, vodka to rakia is like light beer to, I don't know, top of the line dark ales or dark beer. It's nothing. Vodka is nothing. It's potato water compared to nice good rakia.
Oh, don't tempt me. I love vodka.
And
you'll love rakia more.
And I'm putting into the chat a link to a Slovak alcohol, and when the page opens, there will be a black field and an orange field. Just click on the black field. It means like confirm that you are over 18 because it's an shall be
Yeah, I
alcoholic
know what you're
beverages.
saying. We have that. Yeah, I understand. It's the same thing we have in America.
Yeah, but it's in
the
Slovak.
over,
That's why
you have to
I'm
confirm.
saying.
Let's see if I can read it.
And
No, yeah, I know.
And the thing is, look at the
okay, there we go.
Look at the
No,
name.
I had to actually agree to. I actually, thank God, I looked up. It goes Slovak or English. I'm like, well, I don't speak. Holy shit!
Does it offer English?
Oh, Tatratia.
Yeah, there was an option for Slovakia or English.
Okay, so
I clicked on the English, obviously, because I don't speak your language.
Oh, that stuff is teleporting.
And look at the percentage.
Oh my God!
That is double what you would get for Rakia. Rakia is only like 40 to 50.
Yeah, Rakia is around 40.
Yeah. Okay, so Outlaw Tea Liquor. Is that the name of the company?
Tatratia.
Yes. Yeah, the Carl of Tea Liquor. Yeah, that's the company. They have like you get it like basically pretty similar concept like with vodkas. You get it in with multiple flavors and everything, different percentages. This 72 is the highest one.
Oh God! I don't even know if this is legal in America. I mean, no, seriously, I don't know if that would be legal. I would love to try it. Don't get me wrong. I love my liquor. Trust me, I loved my. Well, let me rephrase that. I shouldn't say that. I don't love liquor. I really do enjoy a good vodka. If you got something that you think can rival it, yes, I will absolutely give it a try. But 72%, okay. Well, I'm drinking damn near 100% with Everclear. So, Joseph, have you tried this before? What did you think of it?
Nothing special, actually. You know what? It's too strong. It's basically a gimmick they are making. You know, because good alcohol, like a really strong alcoholic drinks, you can get. It's 52 is I would say the top, which is like digestible without getting drunk after the first shot, and. I personally say it's like okay, it's like like show off. I wouldn't take the 72 if I was going for something. I would go probably for I don't know. They have cocoa or lime or different flavors.
How does Thomas find where I was already? I don't have any antennas up, Thomas. Where'd you go, Thomas? I saw you.
MB, to answer your earlier question.
No, I am not doing.
You beamed here. How'd you know where to beam?
Yitza, I'm pretty sure Epstein is still illegal in the States. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Uh-oh.
Why is he holding a gun? Why is he holding a gun?
You know the famous
Why are you
word.
holding a blowtorch at a gunfight?
He's beaming
Did you
away.
just lock yourself in a closet?
No, it's not a closet. It's a shield.
You're gonna shoot the person, or you're just gonna point the gun?
We have a treaty. I'm not supposed to shoot Thomas.
I just don't know why
he's not stealing. He showed himself in.
You
can beam
why are you
someone's
pointing
location.
a gun at him? If you have
because
a treaty,
he's pointing a gun at him as well.
There, I de-escalated. I moved to my welder.
You can still kill him with it. You can still kill him with that.
Grinder,
I'm just saying,
right?
if you have a treaty
You know
with
what?
somebody, it's not a good idea to go in with a gun.
No, unless the safety's on. But indeed, to answer your question about the food down here, it depends on what your background is.
My background, and now I don't know if you'll understand it. My background is Southern Midwestern.
Okay.
In America, that's what I define myself as. I'm a Southern. I define myself as a Midwesterner because I'm from Illinois, but I consider myself a Southern Midwesterner because I'm down near. I was born down near St. Louis, so that's kind of how people like me kind of identify ourselves as
This
far as a
isn't
region.
this
So you're
isn't
probably with the
a
Anglos.
recreational ship. We're not going for a cruise. The ship
What do you
is
mean?
the
It's not the
base is
Enterprise
dock.
D.
No,
You
it's
didn't
not the
make the
Enterprise
Enterprise D.
D. I'm not taking Thomas for a cruise.
Good.
He can
You mean
use,
you
yes,
didn't make
there
a
is.
cruise liner?
I did allow these two cryo tubes are allowed for everybody to use. For every
Is not the castle
visitors.
doctrine a thing in Caroga?
What?
The castle doctrine does not exist in Caroga?
Yes, it does. But
Okay.
so does the treaty we have with the alpacas and
Hey,
the
a
bunnies.
treaty is only as good as how the other person treats it.
Exactly. So, do your duty, shoot him, then shear him for his wool.
No, we still have treaty with Bunnyland, even though Anti-Tracker's a member.
As I remember correctly, the Bunnyland, the High Lord of Bunnyland, destroyed one of
Is
the...
AT actually playing the game again as well?
There, Thomas, I'll let you out because you can't get out the door.
You shot
The
West,
inside, the outside doors you can open. The inside doors you cannot. So
Are you
there's your chance.
communicating with him verbally or typing? Just curious.
I'm assuming he can hear. I'm assuming he
Well,
can
he's
hear
just
what's
sitting
going
and
on
chilling.
in YouTube.
Well, he's just sitting and chilling there.
And now T-Berg is online.
Oh my god. Moving
Okay.
sucks. You know what? I thought the worst thing about moving would be the physical part. No, it's listening to my wife and son.
No.
They both. I'm sorry. I love my kid. I love my wife.
Thomas,
They are both spazzes like a motherfucker. They're arguing right now. He's excited. She's antsy. I'm like, damn. I thought I was the loudmouth in my house.
And Big Geek, what you're hearing right there, that's a normal thing for Slavs like us. That was my childhood for, well, all of it.
My childhood was, well, my parents were together until I was 9, and they got divorced. But I will say this. My parents never argued ever in front of me. I never heard them ever say an unkind word. And I'm glad for that because it took me to where I am, where even though I have a child with a previous woman, my ex-wife, my wife and I said, I don't care how much I hate that woman, not put that on my child. I will let her decide. And I was very thankful for my parent. I've told my mom this many a times. My dad, I would tell, but we're kind of on the outs right now. Mainly because, well, I hate moochers, and he mooched off my house. It seemed like, it literally seemed, well, the whole thing is, it seemed like he only literally ever came out and talked to me or anybody else. Well, mostly me. Was when he wanted beer, cigarettes, or pot.
This is your father.
That's
so
my
Thomas
father. Yeah.
just there the GPS of the base. Thanks, Thomas.
And well, that wouldn't have been so bad. But
Run. I'm here to get. I'm sorry. I'm here to.
You're fine.
To
it's
get
your
the
stream,
unknown
buddy.
signal, Thomas, and get the loot. What the fuck? Why is this thing moving?
It's Caroga-phobic.
I've never seen it run away before.
I think that is the first time, Bird. I think that's the first time I've ever heard you cuss.
Really?
You don't mean it.
Clearly don't watch the stream too much.
Okay, son of a bitch doesn't count.
Out of ammunition. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch does not count as a curse word.
I can tell you that the F-bombs are flying sometimes in a high frequency on Bird stream.
I've never heard Bird use the F-bomb once. That's a first for me.
Son of a bitch, what the fuck is this thing? It just keeps running.
There you go.
Well, there you go, too.
And I'm out of bullets.
I'll drop an F-bomb every day, twice on Sunday. I'm just surprised to hear from you, Bird.
Mate, down under, that's pretty much occurrence every 10 minutes.
I use the F-bombs usually in only in business communication with my colleagues.
Okay. Since we have...
I'm out of bullets on this ship.
Okay, I have a question. Since we have two people of foreign areas from us Americans, I'm going to assume Australia, you use the fuck you, but, and I could be wrong, but do you have a bigger insult than just fuck you?
Australians, no. Serbians, yes.
Okay, Josef. He's not Serbian. He's Slovakian.
But Fedog is Serbian.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, you prefer to be Serbian? I'm sorry. I
don't prefer
apologize.
To be anything. I'm Australian. I just have a Serbian background. That's my blood.
Oh, I'm sorry, Josef. I didn't know you preferred Serbian.
Fedog. Fedog is has Serbian roots.
Is that an insult?
No.
What?
No, I was just curious. You said you say fuck you. I was just curious. In Slovakia, what would be a more common insult? I find it hard to believe you guys say fuck you.
We have basically the same translation, but it's one of those, let's say, I would even say like colloquials that you use it pretty commonly, and it has there's a word. I'm going to say it. It's pretty much very similar, I think, to Serbian as well. It's jebać.
Yeah, it's jeboti in Serbian.
Yeah, similar, very similar. And it has it is literally the F-bomb, and but it's
really
by far not the strongest. Because you know what, the C word, when you go with the C word, that's considered stronger, and basically there's a word, and basically the cock, when you go is somebody you. When you call somebody an a-hole or something, it's probably you would call him in the Slavic languages in general, the cock, you know.
Yep.
That would be probably, and the female alternative would be the C word.
Now, actually, that's
really rude. Just
No, actually, Joseph, you bring up an interesting thing there. Is your language, your native language, does it distinguish it? I'm sorry. Does it have distinctions between male and female?
Yes.
Like I know, okay, it does. Like Spanish does. You know, there's
Pretty much. When you look, this should be a pretty common knowledge with the Russian names that you have. Let's say the surname, female surname, has like added ending to it. In Slovak, it is ova. So let's say my name is Petrik, and my wife would be Petrikova. And it's a little bit like patriarchy in that hidden because it means belongs to.
Oh, okay.
The ending that you put behind the name literally translates to belongs to. Literally, she is his.
Oh, by the way, Joseph, since I got you here, I am very, very sorry. I misunderstood who you were talking about. I absolutely did not mean your wife was my number 2 on my list.
No.
I really
you know what? It was
apologize for that. I felt
it was
like
so
such
hilarious.
an
I
ass.
was at the grocery shop. I was at the grocery, and I was just imagining me pushing the cart, typing something in the phone, putting the phone in my pocket, and bursting out laughing at the cereal aisle.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about. I even got the
no.
name wrong. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was Ezra Dushku. It was Eliza. I was like, I thought
Eliza,
that's who
yeah.
you were talking about. I didn't really. In my defense, I've never heard you say your wife's name ever. So that was a first. So we were talking about, famous people with like the nail, and you said her, and I was like, I thought you were talking. I was like, oh my god, I feel like such a fucking ass now. I felt like I'm gonna tell you right now, Joseph. Honestly, I felt that fucking big. I was like, oh my god. I felt like such an ass.
It was hilarious, and
I'm glad you got entertainment out of me, because I'm glad you laughed, because honestly, I felt like when everybody was telling me that's his wife, I'm like, oh my god, I feel like such a fucking piece of shit right now.
I found it like, okay, you know what? I took it as an for a split second. I took it as a token of appreciation of her, But then I understood, like in the next sentence when Bird basically told you who she is, like okay, you didn't know, so that's completely
That oh god.
No.
I've done some stupid shit on YouTube, but oh my god, that one, I was begging. I'm still gonna beg Captain Trek to edit that out, because I'm like, God, I feel like such a fucking ass.
Jesse,
I couldn't
no need.
I couldn't believe I said your wife was number 2 on my list. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I literally, when I saw that, Joseph, when I saw that and Bird pointed that out, I was like, oh no. I did not just do this. I did not just do this. I was like, oh my god. I was like, fuck. It's like I just told him I wanted to nail his wife. I was like, oh my god.
Well,
I was like, oh. Dude, I was beside. I'm glad you're okay with it, because trust me, I was beside myself. I was like, oh my god. No, please don't think of that of me.
No. I literally burst out laughing because it was so hilarious. No, it doesn't definitely need to be edited out. When you go back and listen to it, it was like a genuine misunderstanding. It's completely fine, and I found it really hilariously funny.
Well, I'm glad you got a good laugh at my expense because whew, I'm so glad you're here because I've wanted to apologize to you for that personally for a while.
Jesse, literally no reason, no need to apologize. Really, no.
Jesse, you're
it's
still
completely
breathing. There's
fine.
no need to apologize. If you wanted, you're dead. It'd be different.
Yeah, well, I thought we were talking celebrities we'd like to nail, or at least I brought it up, and he said his wife, and I mistook her name for an actress, and I even got the first part wrong. It was your wife's name's Erica, right?
Yes.
Okay, I took that for Eliza Dushku. Don't ask me why. I had been up in an attic. I was tired. I made a
You know
mistake, and
what?
I said,
Everybody who watched the Dollhouse,
"Oh, I love that! Oh God, that was such a good original series." Fuck you, Fox. Sorry.
right?
I think
After 2 seasons canceled, it was.
Mm-hmm.
I was furious. I was furious.
that was such an original show, Yosef. I mean, the whole concept was like, wow, this is new. This is different. And I was like, I literally said, fuck, it's on Fox. We're screwed. But I continued with it for both seasons, and I'm still happy with how it ended.
Yeah, definitely Eliza Dushku, and then you know who? Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never been a Jennifer Love Hewitt fan myself, but I can see the appeal.
I've never been a big Dushku fan either.
Well, you know, a lot of people tell me that my number one is not that attractive, but Jessica Alba. And I've
Yeah.
been having that since Dark Angel.
Yeah.
You know what? Basically, there was like the trio of those actresses that came on the scene just at the right age. It was really Eliza for me. It was Eliza Dushku. It was Jennifer Love Hewitt and Summer Glau.
Oh, Summer Glau. You know what? I feel bad for her. Every role she starred in did not work out at the end. And I loved her in the Terminator Sarah Connor
Wasn't she
Chronicles.
perfect in that show? And the show was actually very good by
Yes,
itself.
it was.
And once again, canceled after 2 seasons. Once again, I was screwed over because I enjoyed the show so much, and you know, it ended up on a the way
Cliffhanger.
how the way how it ended. I'm not even sure. Yes, it was a cliffhanger, but it was as well like I'm okay with it.
I don't know. I kind of had a bummer out. Oh, what's that guy's name? Silver, or no, Green. Brian Green.
Brian Austin Green. Yeah.
Yes, I thought he was okay. I remembered him from 90210. I hadn't seen him in much since then. Fucking loved him in it, and then he gets popped in the head.
But you
I
know
was
what?
like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Wasn't it like shocking, the scene?
Yes!
Because it was like split of a second, headshot, done. And I was like, what the happened?
Oh, I said it right there. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was pissed. And then we got the ending where you had, unfortunately, we got the ending where John goes to the future, meets his father, Kyle, and then he meets his uncle. But, you know, it was like, damn, that third season could have been so good. It was like, why, Fox? You had a good. I know the second season had a few issues, but they were bringing something original to Terminator,
It was such a good
and
concept. Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't a cheap
of
series. I think they
course,
canceled it because it was just an expensive TV show to make.
I don't see how. I mean, when the CGI comes in, it wasn't that much. I mean, other than a few episodes, I thought they kept their budget pretty well. Oh, it might have been that second season with the T-1000 lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been the issue. But
Yeah,
I
that
actually enjoyed that, and that's what I call her because I can't remember the name, but the actress, but she played a really good T-1000.
yeah.
And I liked how at the end when she was like, "Please look in on my daughter before they go to the future." I was like, "Wow, she actually I think cared." I was rather surprised, and I enjoyed I enjoyed the show. Enjoyed it very much. I was very sad to see we didn't get a third season. I would have been like, Fox, give it a third season, 12 episodes, let them finish out this run because I think they got something here. But it's Fox, and well, Fox has screwed me on a lot of things.
You know
Briscoe
what,
County
Fox,
Jr., Firefly.
but the same sci-fi canceled so many good shows, and especially where I was literally triggered when they what they were doing with Eureka. I'm not sure if you ever watched Eureka.
Oh, I have Eureka. Oh, I've seen
Yes,
every. I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the ending. I
it
thought
was
it was
such a
nice tie into the beginning.
yeah, they tied it nicely, but do you remember that it has, I don't know, 4 5 seasons, and they
5
dragged it
seasons.
out over 7 years because they were filming it like, here we give you few episodes, then they stopped the production, then there was like a gap of XYZ months, and then they released a few another episodes. Then the fifth season was split in 2 parts, and they literally had a 1 year break. They treated it like the unwanted stepchild, literally.
I'm going to be honest, Joseph. I did not watch it back when it was on Sci-Fi. I watched it after the fact.
Okay,
So I wasn't. I'm not familiar with that, but I can
Mhm.
understand that kind of frustrating. Yes, Warehouse 13. Warehouse 13 is another good one.
Yes, Warehouse 13 was as well a nice
Back
show,
when.
and they yeah, and it was
Oh, I'll
tied
tell
to
you what
Eureka
pissed
as
me
well.
off. Oh, you want to know what pissed me off the most? And I
Mhm.
don't say Sci-Fi Channel because a lot of Sci-Fi Channel's shit, unfortunately, is leased, and it's actually mostly done in Canada, and it's by the Canadian channel Space, Space something, I don't know, Space Channel, whatever. So they're the ones who actually do most of the paying for
Mhm.
the products, and Sci-Fi just leases the content.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a lot of times how it plays out. People say, fuck you, Sci-Fi, you cancel it. I'm like, Sci-Fi didn't actually own it. Sci-Fi only leased it. It was actually owned by a company in Canada, uh, which I said is called Space something or another. I'd have to look it up. But I'll
It's
tell
the
you
Space
what,
Channel. It's the Space Channel. Yeah, they
Space
have
Channel, yeah.
the rights
Yes.
for Star Trek Discovery in Canada, if I'm correct.
Okay. Yeah, Space Channel was the one who did the majority of that science fiction stuff at that time, and Sci Fi Channel was just leasing it. They
Mhm.
had kind of gotten away from their original content like Battlestar Galactica and stuff. They were basically just a satellite port, bring the stuff in. Hey, we're going to pay for this to bring it to America. But I'll tell you what, if I want to talk about the one thing that pissed me off the most, how the hell did somebody say, we'll give Killjoys another 2 seasons, but we're going to cancel Dark Matter? I'm like, Why didn't you just give them both a 4th season and call it a fucking day? Because Dark Matter was I'm sorry, my opinion, Dark Matter was the superior show
I
over
agree.
Killjoy.
You know what? I have right now on Netflix. There are 2 shows. One is called Another Life, and the other one is called Away. Just imagine.
Don't watch Away. Don't watch Away. Don't.
I just did. I did.
I'm sorry. Did you
Why?
like it?
I liked
no.
it
If you
very
liked it,
much.
that's cool. I did
liked
not
it very
like it
much.
at all.
I liked it.
Oh.
I liked Away very much. I know it was like family drama, basically with a sci-fi concept. But I liked the characters. I liked the characters. It was a little bit stupid in the first 2 episodes. It was a little bit wonky, but after the second episode, it became actually really good. Because I found the concept of an space rocket crew that is going to Mars, basically going after each other's guts, a little bit weird. But
Yosef, real quick, I'm very sorry. I was thinking of another series. Away is fantastic.
Away, I know you are talking. Then you are talking about Another Life with Katie Sackhoff.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
That's such a crap. That's such a shit. With Katie Sackhoff.
It was horrible. It was terrible. But Away, you're right. Away was fantastic. Done
And you know,
really,
and
really well.
Can you imagine that they canceled Away and gave Another Life a 2nd season?
You're fucking kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. They canceled Away. They canceled the show with an Oscar-winning actress, and they gave
Did
us
everything go silent? I don't hear anybody talking anymore.
We are talking, Bird.
We're talking, Bird.
I ping him on Skype. Give me a second. Where's my phone? Here's my phone.
I shot him in the chat. Bird, we are talking, buddy.
Yeah, we've been having great discussions. Well, these 2 have. I'll be getting some great recommendations.
Hey, Yosef, even though, I'm going to say this, even though Away got canceled, I love the ending.
Yes.
That was a really good ending. Yes, you're right. You were right. I got my 2 sci-fi things mixed up there. But Away was fantastically done. I loved how real it felt, how it was interesting. It was really kind of like a Life to Mars, and it was kind of, they were going through things that, was strange and we were unusual. And it's like, well, we don't know what it's really going to be like going that far in space. And I thought that really worked out well. But I love the ending. I love the ending. I absolutely
they did it
loved
very well. They did it very well, but now it could have become so much more interesting than being on Mars, and how they did everything with the communication delays and how they dealt with gravity and basically remember when the guy lost basically the
bottom half of his foot.
Of his foot. You know what? I found it like, what's happening here? And then I read an article that is pretty common thing that happens to astronauts after 2 months in space.
Really? I did not know. Yeah, I really felt that show had one of the most realistic possible experience we get in space. Real drama, real possibility, and real tension. And, there was some understanding. Obviously, it's drama series, but it was so much better than that Katie Stockout
because
series.
Katie Sackhoff was on that show the only character that was somehow good. All the other members of the crew, it was literally Just for those who didn't watch the show, it's like the rest of the crew were clones of Adira from Discovery. It's basically everybody was a genius, but as well everybody was a jerk, and I didn't understand how that crew could even work.
I don't either. I loved how. Oh, one thing we haven't even talked about, Yosef, when we talk about Awake, is that positive interaction between her husband and
And the daughter,
her child. Yeah, and her daughter. And
yeah,
how it was like, he was supposed to be on the. I love how they did that. He's not on the mission because of medical. So what's he do? He makes damn sure his wife can get on the mission, does everything he can to make it successful. That is a husband. That is how a husband would be. At least the kind of husband I am. And I'd like to think a lot of us would be.
yeah, completely agree. And it was for a very long time on a screen a positive depiction of the father. Yeah.
Yes, he was so fantastic with the way he did it. I mean, he's trying to, work with his daughter. He's playing a single parent. I relate to that. Doing that, and he's doing the best he can with what he's got. But they're in a completely unique situation, just like I was. They're in space, unknowns. My wife was in a combat zone, unknowns. While both are completely separate in that, the danger was always there, and they have to figure out how. He has to figure out how to do it, and remember, he has to go back in. And he's like, "Yo, I'm back. You're gonna fucking listen to me, because y'all apparently are fucking up, and
Yeah.
you're not killing my wife."
And he did a good job here on in the command center, and a very good job as a father as well. So
Yeah, they played him as a. Well, no wonder it got canceled. They played him as a supportive husband and a good father. I mean, God forbid you have a white. You have a. Well, I don't even think he's white. You can't have a male be a positive role model these days.
definitely, and I was and when I read on Netflix, despite it was one of the top watched shows of the year on Netflix, they didn't give it a season 2, and I was furious, and especially when I read in the same article that at least we have another original sci-fi shows on Netflix, like Another Life, and I was like, you don't mean it.
Oh God, I hate it. I suffered through that, and I thought it would get better. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I put up with it for Katie Stackoff. I love her acting. Loved her in The
Yes,
Mandalorian. Loved her in Clone Wars. Loved her in Rose. Loved her as Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar
So
Galactica. Yeah,
yeah, so I gave it a shot, and I got to be honest, especially the ending. The way they ended it, I was like, "Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me!" At least with Away, they ended it where if you just watch those 10 episodes, it's still a good ending. It's not a
yes,
cliffhanger. It is a book ending. It was really good, especially
but
the
but
part where they.
but an open story, they could continue with the story easily.
Oh, absolutely, they could have. Because
It's
remember, the one of the things that we're trying to find out was, did the supply ship land?
yes,
And what about the drama, the space blindness, you mentioned the foot thing. It just had so much, and well, hey, you want to talk diversity, you can't get much more diverse than that fucking show.
yeah, exactly. You had the Chinese lady was basically a great character. How broken she was, how they took everything away from her. The Russian guy was great as well.
Oh God, his talking with his child. Oh my God, I got
Goosebumps.
teary eyed watching that. I was like, his relationship with his daughter is honestly what I was afraid would happen between me and my daughter, my oldest. So I related to him very, very well. Because, but when he finally has that revelation, it's like, you almost feel like you can see the weight lifted off his shoulder.
Yes.
No, you're right. I'm sorry, like I said earlier, avoid the show. No, folks, Away, 10 episodes, it's canceled. Watch it from beginning to the end. It's got a good ending. It's a really good show. Fantastic. I agree with you, so that was one of the best shit that was put on Netflix.
And sorry, I'm reading the chat. I saw that Captain Trek was here just to say hi, but cannot stay. And I see the guys are at least entertaining themselves in the chat here a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, I see that. Captain Trek, good to see you, buddy. Sounds like fun. I don't know how to say that. I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah. There was
But
another
you're right.
another relatively cheap and campy show with the actress who played Samantha Carter on Stargate, Sanctuary.
Sanctuary is not a cheesy show. I have all the seasons on DVD.
I
My wife
love
and I
it.
absolutely. I
I love the
loved it.
show. I
Oh,
love the
I
show. It was
loved
it.
that show. I
I
loved
didn't say
her
it
as
was
Helen
cheesy.
Magnus.
It was like cheaply produced. Cheaply produced because basically everything, every special effect was done like with green screen and so. But the stories were so compelling.
Oh yeah, you see, I understand a lot of people know her as from Stargate, and yeah, that's where I knew her from. But for me, she's Helen Magnus, baby.
Helen Magnus, yeah.
Helen Magnus. Oh my God, we loved that show. That was literally the last sci-fi show my wife and I watched together, and I bought every DVD that was available. I have all the seasons. I love Sanctuary. I'm glad you saw it because I think there's a lot of people who didn't get a chance to experience that. And do you know that started as a web series, and that was one of the reasons why she wasn't in Stargate Atlantis the last season?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it started as a web series, and it was greenlit. But she was still on Stargate Atlantis, so that's why she wasn't there, and they replaced her with Robert Picardo.
Okay.
Because she went on to go do Sanctuary, which I'm so glad she did because I love that show. I love that show. I love oh God, now I can't think of any of the other characters' names other than Magnus. If you haven't seen Sanctuary, folks, it's a very, very great show.
Eastland says Sanctuary is not cheap and cheesy. It was uneven but watchable. I allude to a large word right of camera rate range, a bigger world, 4 hours of detail per hour of show. Of details per hour of show. Yeah, I said it was like and I said it was cheaply produced. But I said that I love the show. It wasn't cheesy. It wasn't cheesy. I didn't say that.
I think we misunderstood the
Yeah, yeah,
cheesy and
yeah,
cheaply. I think we misunderstood you
yeah,
there.
yeah. They you could see that most of the special effects were done really with the green screen and everything, but it had so much charm, the show, and everything, and very, very compelling stories. I loved that show. I love that show.
I'm actually okay with how the ending went. When it's like, do I get a raise? You must certainly do not. Yes. Oh my God. When I found out the show was ended at that point, I was like, well, at least they ended it on a good note.
Yeah.
It is a very Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can tell the CGI, obviously, but the story and the characters is so compelling that it's one of those things you can forgive. You're like, okay, we get it. It's a little cheaper budget than when she was on Stargate or Stargate Atlantis, but damn it if the story wasn't freaking fantastic. Eastland, you didn't see the ending? Oh, you got to see the ending. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And Easton says, I watch cheap and cheesy shows if it has an interesting story. Yeah, definitely.
Well, what was that show called that had the werewolf, the ghost, and the vampire?
The British one, or did you watch the US version of that one?
I tried to watch the British version. I did not get into it, but I love the
Okay,
American version.
I watched the British version. I don't know the American one.
Okay, you know what I'm talking. You know the
But
show I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah, I know.
I did not see the British version. I watched the first episode, and this was after I had already seen several of the American episodes.
Mhm.
And I knew several of these actors from other things, like I knew the vampire from Smallville and stuff like. And as I tried to watch this, the British version, I was kind of like, I'm just not feeling it. It's not. It doesn't feel right to me. And I understand if people loved it, but I also understand that by the end of the show, none of the original characters were still left.
Yeah.
Whereas in the American version, all the characters stayed throughout the show, and I quite enjoyed it. Damn it, what the hell was the name of that show?
Being Human.
Being Human, thank you. I always
You're
felt bad
welcome.
for the chick who was playing the
I
ghost.
literally Googled UK show vampire werewolf ghost.
I'm sure if I did that in America, I'm sure if I did that, I'd get the same thing. Actually, just for the fun of it. Let's see. Google vampire werewolf ghost. Being Human. First thing that pops up. I just typed in vampire, werewolf ghost. Being Human.
Yeah.
North American TV saga. Probably it says North America because I'm pretty sure it was filmed in Canada. I mean, most things we have here are filmed in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have a very good tax bracket or something. I don't know.
And the Canadian dollar is cheaper than the US dollar. I know that's why many shows in 2008, actually 2008, 2009, during the financial crisis, where dollar had big issues with the conversion rate. That's why they stopped at the time filming many shows, because the Canadian dollar was either on par or even stronger than the US dollar at the time for a brief time, but they stopped filming many shows at the time in Canada. There was like big break.
T-Bird Sci-Fi Tech. Okay, I knew The Expanse was in Toronto. I did not know Discovery was being done there. And no, I'm not gonna. Sorry, I'm not gonna do a GoFundMe to sabotage Discovery. They've pretty much done that themselves. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. They keep wanting to cut their arm and bleed out money.
You know what? Honestly, I'm following on Twitter a different bunch of people, and there is actually a big group of people who like Discovery and big groups of fans of the show. So I don't think that they are suffering, like that they are bleeding money, or they have no audience. They have just a different type of audience for the show.
And maybe so. Most of the people I've talked to who generally enjoy Discovery, and I'm just saying Discovery, never really liked the old Star Trek. They thought it was
Yeah.
slow, not paced, not fast paced, not action oriented. So
Yeah.
okay, I get it. And I've had people who said, yeah, I like the show. I've never seen the other Star Trek. I said, well, if you like the show, you're probably not going to like the old Star Trek because old Star Trek is not fast paced. It's more of a slow digest. And it's like, oh, that sounds boring. I'm like, well,
But the
it's
thing is,
what I know.
the people who enjoy the show are literally 10 to 20 years younger than we.
And that's a possibility. Who do we lose? Bird, who dropped off?
We didn't lose anybody. I just stopped the game feed. 'cause I
Bird
had
just
to
stopped the game
Oh,
and
you
the
stopped the
screen
game feed.
switched.
Okay.
Yeah. And what happened to you with the stream that you couldn't hear us?
Oh, I accidentally hit something on the keyboard and muted the
Oh,
computer.
okay. Okay,
So
because
you muted your whole screen. So you muted your computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I hear Mamo Pray in the background. Say hi to her from me.
She's talking
And
to Sassy. Hi, Mama
Oh.
Pray.
Hi,
from
Mama
the
Pray.
panel.
Oh,
She says hello.
Yeah.
Look,
Sorry.
As someone, you see, this is why I have a unique. This is why I never say I've been a part of Fandom Menace, because I don't necessarily agree with everything in the Fandom Menace. So I've never been officially a part of it. When people are like, "You're part of the Fandom Menace," I'm like, I have never claimed nor subscribed. Those kind of things. I am a geek. Always have been, always will be. You like Discovery? Great. Like it. Tell me why you like it. Tell me why you like shows I don't like. Tell me what excites you about it. I may not agree with the person, but I want to hear their insight. I don't want to,
Joseph,
I cannot
you're in
stand.
charge for a couple minutes.
What's that, buddy?
Joseph
Sorry,
is in
Bert,
charge
what's
for
that?
a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Why me?
Oh,
Why
okay.
me? But okay, I can take over. It's not a problem. Okay.
But
You know what?
I spent
I'm
so
one of
much
those.
time. I spent so
Sorry.
much time, Yosef, being a prequel fan, and people are like, would attack me about the prequels. I'm like, well, why do you hate them? And they would explain why. I was like, okay, you told me why you hated it. Why don't I tell you why I liked it? Why don't you
Yeah.
listen to my side? So when I've had people who tell me they like the Star Trek, I said, I'll be the first one to say, oh, I fucking hate that show. Well, why? And then I'll be like, okay, hear me out. I am very old school Star Trek, so this is why I don't like the show. And I just say my case, and then I'll be like, or I'll even admit, I was like, I tell you what, why don't you tell me why you like the show? And then I'll tell you why I don't like it. But go ahead and tell me what you like about it. I might even, there's been a time or two where I've agreed with someone about a show I didn't like.
Yeah, I can tell you so much. I cannot subscribe to the Fandom Menace because it became overly negative towards everything, and sometimes they are really twisting things so that it comes over negative in a very negative way. That's my biggest problem. But on the other hand, there is this basically the other group. We are Starfleet. They are running under that hashtag.
Yeah, I know that one. I know that one too.
And some of them are so full of themselves that it is. Some of them are pretty much normal, and there are as well channels that are, let's say, more positively inclined. For example, but they can be critical about things they don't like as well. But they don't use the overly negative vocabulary all the time. That bothers me on the Fandom Menace. But I can tell you so much that I was blocked on Twitter by one guy just because we didn't agree on two things. On the concept of humor, what is allowed and what is not allowed in humor. And the second thing was because I said that I don't necessarily agree with Robert Meyer Burnett on everything, but sometimes he has valid points.
Well, I can't. Well,
And
ironically, I just saw a.
and
Ironically, I was just looking at a Twitter thing from him.
And the guy just blocked me because I said something positive about Robert Meyer Burnett, and I wasn't even saying like a positive thing, but honestly, sometimes when I listen to his streams, he comes with very valid points to a certain show. And for example, I was listening to pretty interesting thing because he is Jewish, or at least yeah, he grew up in a Jewish family. You know, so
Ethnic
he's
or religion? Just
uh,
asking for.
yes, and he was asked about if he doesn't feel that the Ferengi are portrayed basically through old, like if it's not a racist portrayal of the Ferengi because of all the negative stereotypes that are connected to the to the Jews, like big nose, big ear, big noses, big ears, like from the physiology, and then through their love of money and greed and all that stuff. And why are they all played by Jewish actors? You know, and it was a very valid question. And when you think about it, you probably, honestly, before somebody said it as a question, I never thought about it in these connotations. And he approached it from a very interesting angle, and he explained it like it was like 30 minutes that he was talking about it, and I was listening to it. Very interesting. The he was very okay with the portrayal of the Ferengi, and he has as well explained everything around the Jewish culture and where those negative generalization came from. And he was explaining it from the historical point that I already knew about, but I never put it into a connection with Star Trek. You know, so it was something that was extremely educational, interesting, and sorry, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to apologize for listening to the whole spectrum. You know, I will go to channels that are praising the new Star Trek, the same way how I will listen to Nerdrotic's not necessarily streams, but his shorter videos, or I go to or I listen to Doomcock. You know,
Yeah,
and
I'm.
so and I want to know all the sides. I want to understand both sides of the coin. You know.
No, I understand that. Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you when it comes to, like, say, Gary from Neurotic or Doomcock. When I first got introduced to them, they were both around the 5,000 area, I think, at the
Mhm.
time. And it was a little easier back then to be on the line stream. But
Yes.
now they've expanded, they've blown up. Great for them. That's awesome. I'm happy. It's just a little harder, and the little personal interactivity I had with both Doomcock and
It's basically
Gary,
gone.
it's
Yeah.
gone, and I understand that, and I'm fine with it. It's not a big deal. I wasn't exactly like I thought I was best buds with them. Uh, but yeah, I'm in the same boat. I can't really watch your live streams. They're just so long. But they're little shorter videos. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
definitely on
I watched the
board with them.
short videos. Yeah, definitely. I go for the short videos. I watch them. If I have something
Joseph,
to
I'll be right
comment, I
back, buddy.
comment. Yeah, no problem.
Hello, world. I'm back.
Oh,
Thank God, because I gotta piss.
Captain Trax,
Georgia.
Bird of Prey, Joseph Patrick, and the Fed Dog wanted to say sorry I can't stay. That was a while ago. Thank you, Captain. Tiki of Doom says, Bird of Prey, this is like making a home intruder coffee. Shoot him. Wanting me to shoot Thomas earlier. Carlos says, do you have a transport scrambler? That's what I need. Transport jammer. Captain Trax says, greetings. Earlier, greetings, Captain. Carlo Albanese says a successful mission, Bird of Prey. Congratulations, hail Caroga. Yeah, unfortunately, T-Berg, a little accidentally shooting us. It's okay. We'll be back stronger than before. What's this face, McWhatnot? Says Australians eat a substantial amount of Vegemite. If that's
Yeah,
so.
that was at the time when we were talking about the food that was
Yeah.
typical for Australia.
Yeah. And he also says Qapla and good evening. Qapla and good evening. What's this is whatnot. Sorry, guys. I'm so late to reading the chat, but hence
I
what
think
happens.
the folks in the chat entertained themselves, and we were from time to time peeking into the chat, and we were responding a little bit. Honestly, we were not reading everything because we had a good discussion here with NB Geek.
And don't feed sassy McDonald's.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Y'all can Geloja all you want. I had to piss like a motherfucker.
Robert Rose Jr. says, I'm back. Hello again to Bird of Prey. Wrath of Khan on Caroga. Eastland says, praise Caroga. Thank you, Eastland.
So what's your state of Caroga gonna be like? You know, your State of the Union address in Caroga?
We don't do that because it's the same every year. Caroga, the best that's ever been.
But is it?
Yep. Every year we do even better than the year before.
All right, I gotta ask you guys a question. CBS, Star Trek. Of the three they've done, which one do you like the most? Which one do you like the least? And just a quick synopsis on why. Just curious.
I can start. It's pretty easy. The best one is Lower Decks, in my eyes, simply because it's the closest one, obviously, to TNG era, and and all the humor that they put in there, and all the over the top situations, you could easily transfer it into a live action episode. I'm not saying with, let's say, having like zombies running all over the place, but even that would be somehow possible to do. But the stories were actually very well done, and you could draw parallels to what we know and what we love. That's the first show. Second would be Discovery. And only because with Picard they destroyed Picard for me in the last 20 minutes by making Picard an artificial life form. That was like, from all the stupidity that I ever saw on a TV screen, was this the biggest one. And I watched few seasons of Big Brother.
Damn.
I pretty much got to agree
I
with
hate-
Yosef.
I hate Big Brother.
Never watched it. I'm not much for
I
reality
was
TV
young.
unless it's
I was young and stupid. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I
no,
never watched
I'm not
Big
much for
Brother either,
reality
but
TV unless it's a
Well,
cooking show.
I take it back. I watched the first 2 seasons, and I'm like, this shit's old.
with his Star Trek reasoning, yes, I say Lower Decks is the best of the
Hold on,
CBS
Lower
tracks.
Decks. Lower Decks is the animated one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm not caught up on my Trek stuff.
Yeah, you're too busy watching all those B films.
I got one I'm going to try to do in about 30 minutes, but it's a kind of a popular movie, so I'm not sure if it's going to get blocked, but I'm going to try it.
What's the movie?
Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've never seen it.
Oh, you never seen Jacob? God damn, that's a classic, dude. That's a badass movie.
No, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. Look, trust me. Unfortunately, despite my grandmother having a library of classic movies, there are some we didn't have.
I think it was made in the early 90s, I believe.
Yeah, I've heard it. Well, back then that would have been the 80s. Yeah, Jacob's Ladder. I remember hearing about. I never saw it. It's just one of
Oh
those movies I
man,
haven't seen yet.
it's a trippy movie. You know, because usually I show
Are we talking?
usually I show lots of skin movies, but somebody wanted to see this movie, so I take requests. So I'm like, okay, I'll try to get it, but usually most of my movies show like rated R.
All right, so when you say trippy, are we talking Pink Floyd trippy or Grateful Dead trippy?
Pink Floyd trippy.
Oh, Pink Floyd trippy. Oh, damn. The reason why I say that is because it's so funny. Before I got my satellite radio, I used to drive to work, and I'd put it on the rock station. I swear to God, they'd play Pink Floyd and Grateful Dead in the morning. I'm like, okay, first off, I can't get high. Second of all, I don't want to fall asleep on the way to work.
A big plot of the story is that it took place in Vietnam, and they experimented on this platoon of soldiers with a psychedelic drug. And now, after they're out of the army, they're having all these side effects where they're seeing demons and shit. So, but I'm not gonna, spoil it. But it goes around that plot.
Huh. I'll have to take a look at it.
But like I said, it posted, but I tried to show Strange Days on New Year's Eve, and when I tried to do a premiere, it wouldn't let me, so it got blocked. So I don't know if it's going to do it again on this movie. I just have to wait and see. Usually, like on popular movies, they block it. But it's a good movie. It's real trippy.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
And
this is why I didn't see it.
If you see the Mexican girl that plays his wife, I had a crush on her for the longest time.
Oh no, I was just looking. I can see why I didn't see it. It came out in 1990. I was 9 years old, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no.
Sorry, I saw when it came out, November 2nd. No, I was 10 years old.
Yeah, you would enjoy it.
Oh, I probably would, but like I said, I was 10 years old when the movie came out, so I had heard of it. What? Well, this is a crazy thing. This is kind of a funny story. I used to be a big movie guy back in the day. Still think I am. I just don't go to the movie theater as much anymore. But when I was in boot camp in San Diego, we used to have Sundays, and you could either go to service or we had a relaxation time. Well, I used to go get a paper, and then I go look at all the movies that were out and start circling movies that I was going to see when I left.
Damn.
Hey, that was my thing. Fuck the news. I want to see what movies come out. All right. That sounds good, I was reading the newspaper, looking at the little insert that they had on the movie, and I'm like, that sounds good. I like to see that. I like to see that. I like to see it. No, I'd put an X by ones I didn't want to see.
I played one last night. That I was like really surprised it was good. It was also like it was a request, and it was about these deserters of Napoleon's army. They were deserting, and they ended up in the woods, and some like fucking evil thing was like chasing them. And it kind of started out real slow, and I'm like, I was like, I was about to like bolt out of there, but it ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, it's always amazing sometimes when you come across a movie you don't think. There was a Netflix movie that is called Hush, and it was on a budget for $1 million. I looked it up after the fact. The whole point is the woman is deaf, and this person tries to come in and kill her. It's a very minimalist cast of characters. But what was so interesting about it was there were points in the movie where there'd be no sound whatsoever. And it made it eerie because it's like, Jesus Christ, is this really how this person lives? No sound whatsoever. It's just completely quiet. Nothing.
I'm going to have to check that out. I got Netflix. I'll have to check that out. I assume you like
Hush was my wife and I, we watched the first half. Okay, this is how good we thought it was. We watched the first half, got tired, we had to go to sleep. Got up the next morning. I come into the room here we call the red room, because the walls are painted red. Turn on the TV, and she comes in and goes, "We're gonna finish that movie, Hush, right?" I'm like, "I'm pulling it up right now." Remember that?
I'm assuming.
Oh no! Come here! Hey, give Madam Geek, give your talk about what you thought about Hush.
I like a good psychological thriller. I don't really like all the blood and guts, but Hush was really good. Did he talk about that science fiction movie called Tau?
No, I have not. Go ahead.
I was about to give you a good one to watch since you like sci-fi. You might have already seen it, but it's on Netflix. It's called Extinction.
Yes, I saw that one.
That is a good
the one with the gentleman from Ant-Man, right?
Yes, and I thought it was really good for the main actor because it put him in a different character.
Yeah,
it's not that funny.
It's kind of a mind fuck at the end because you're like, oh my god, these aliens are coming, and the fucking I'm not gonna spoil it for everybody else, but there's a mind fuck.
Yes, I watched it with my son, and I told my son, watch the movie, just watch it because yes, I loved Extinction, and I love the main character because in the Ant-Man movies he's that funny guy, but in Extinction he's a very dramatic. Dramatic actors. I thought it was a very good role for him. It was very fantastic. I loved it.
Anybody up on the panel haven't seen that yet? I recommend that movie. That is a really good movie.
Yeah, my wife has been telling me to watch Extinction. In fact, I'll fire it up after.
We did watch it.
No, I haven't watched it.
Did.
I was drunk. That doesn't count.
Well, I cannot help you there then. But yes, you did watch it. But another one that I watched, this was on Netflix, and it's called
Tau.
Well, Tau. Tau was good.
Is that the zombie? Is that the South Korean zombie movie?
No.
Tau is about an AI that learns from a human, and I don't want to give any spoilers. But
okay, let me ask this real quick. What would you suggest better, Hush or Tau?
Ooh.
Hush.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
go
check that
hush
out
first
tonight.
and tell second. I'm sorry. I love my science fiction, but I love a psychological thriller.
Oh, here's another one. What about Gerald's Game?
Oh God,
I seen
Gerald's
that.
Game.
What?
Yeah, I watched that. That was kind of a weird one.
Yeah.
Well, I had actually Gerald's Game. I had read the book from Stephen King
Stephen
way
King,
back
yeah,
in the day.
exactly.
What's up, Yosef?
Exactly, Stephen King, I wanted to say, yeah.
Yeah, I read the Stephen King book a long time ago, back in the 90s when I was on a Stephen King. And I used to say all the time, every time a Stephen King, I was like, they'll
Okay,
never
real
make
quick.
Gerald's Game. I said
Real
they would
quick,
never
Geek.
make. Yo.
I don't mind if you spoil it for me because I'll probably never watch it again. But if anybody else don't mind, I never did get to finish it. I forgot the reason, but I never got to finish it. But can you tell me how she got out of the handcuffs?
Very painfully.
She pulls her hand through.
Oh,
yeah. And
she rips her
the
skin off.
The tendons, the muscles. Yeah, she pulls her hand out of there.
Yeah, it was actually very close to the book. That's actually why I thought it would never be made. I mean, Misery was made, and Misery was fantastic, and the book was fantastic, but I thought Gerald's Game, there's no way they're going to make a book. There's no way they're going to make a movie about a woman handcuffed to a bed and hallucinating and stuff. And I swear to God, when I saw the movie and I saw the dog, I was like, "Oh shit, they're really gonna go here."
Well, I have a question for you guys. Have you guys seen that movie on Netflix called I, Mother?
I heard no, but I heard it's weird.
It's a good. So I was watching it because, like, okay, I needed something to watch on Netflix. So I watched this, and the ending was not what I expected.
So is that a good thing?
It is a good thing. I mean, I would watch it again. I was watching it with my son. He came in halfway through it, and he was asking me questions. I'm like, well, you don't have to watch it from the beginning, but you can watch the rest of it with me. And he watched the rest of it. He didn't. It's one movie he watched, and he didn't say a word the whole time. So
Okay, I got to check that one out too. But I'm definitely going to check out. I'm definitely going to check out Hush tonight.
Hey, I have a question for you, Beesness. Do you have Amazon Prime?
No, I sure don't, man.
No.
If you, you know where I'm going.
The Marvelous Miss Maisel?
No, not the Marvelous Miss. Oh, I thought the Queen's Gambit was the Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
Queen's Gambit was on Netflix.
Oh, buddy, check out the Queen's Gambit on Netflix. My wife and I, it's a mini series. It's 8 episodes. I'm not even a chess person, and I absolutely loved the story.
But anyway,
the Queen's Gambit.
Yes,
the Queen's Gambit. My wife and I watched it, and we were hooked.
Yeah, it's a very well written story and miniseries that Netflix did. Very.
You know what I want? What I want so bad. I want Disney Plus so bad so I can watch The Mandalorian. I have not seen The Mandalorian, only clips, and I want to watch it so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Well, as someone who has Disney Plus, I'm going to tell you right now, I absolutely love The Mandalorian. Yes, there are flaws. Okay, I get it. Every show has a freaking flaw. But, whereas Gary from Neurotic had... no, I'm not. Whereas Gary from Neurotic had a little bit of an issue. He had issues with the music and eventually grew on him. I grew up both sci-fi, horror, Western classics. So when I heard the Western kind of sci-fi thing, it worked for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. How much do I enjoy it? This is what my wife got me for Christmas, Bee's Nest.
Oh, cool. Baby Yoda. I know, man. I've seen clips of it, and I'm like, God, I was like, I want to see that so bad because the clips that I saw, I mean, it looks fucking awesome.
It is very enjoyable. It's what somebody mentioned it as a minimalist series, which I can understand. They've got great supporting cast, but they're not in every episode. And when they are in, they actually have a reason why they're there. They're not just there to be there.
You know what? I'm gonna see if my ex-wife has Disney Plus and see if she'll give me her password where I can like look it up.
Sorry to break in, guys, but I'm going to have to end the stream.
No, you
'Cause
can't.
I have to get going.
Yeah, I
Now,
got
once
a
the
stream.
stream's over, you guys
I'm
can
ready
stay in the
for
back.
bed.
You guys
I'm
can
ready
stay
for
in the
bed.
back here and keep talking. It just won't be playing on YouTube.
No,
with me, buddy.
I gotta run here because I'm gonna premiere my movie at 6, so I gotta run anyway.
Okay.
Did you? Hey, Bird, can he put the link in
Yeah,
for his
before we
stream?
go, you want-
Geek, I can't put the link because right now I'm only using a mobile device, so I can only
Okay.
do instant premieres, and it would only do a link once I start playing it. So you would have to go back and like watch it or something, shit like that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, bud.
All right, man. See you later. See you,
Take care,
Bird.
buddy.
Thank you.
Take care, Bees Nest. Fed
Take
Doc,
care.
would you like to say anything before we go? If you're still here.
I would like to say thank you very much for having me on the show. I'm going to bed like in 5 minutes. And
Good night, Joseph.
it was
Good
very
night, Yosef.
entertaining.
You
Had
sleep
a
well.
very good talk, NB. Thank you very much for the discussion. And I hope the chat had some entertainment as well out of it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
NB Geek.
Dude, I don't know what I got going on. I normally do my streams on the weekend, but with the whole move thing, trying to do the house stuff, buying a house, selling a house, I'm probably going to be doing more streaming on other people's panels than I am going to be firing up my own stream at this point. I don't know. It's just a lot to
Understood.
deal with. It's a lot.
Good luck
It's
with the
just a lot, and
move.
I have to do, and I have to put my priorities in order. And unfortunately, streaming on YouTube is kind of at the bottom. I mean, I love hanging out with all you guys, but priorities.
Well, good luck with the move. Hope it goes well. And
Cross your
all
fingers.
that.
Cross your fingers. The deal goes through with the house. I mean, I said we'll take the house at the cost they asked. I mean, now the
Yeah.
only question is, are they going to handle the closing costs and the termite inspection, because those are both required by the VA. So,
Gotcha.
which I figure most likely they will, and then they'll just roll it into the loan. I mean, that's what most people do, so I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. Well, sounds good. We'll keep an eye out for you when you can get on. Fed Doc, I guess you've left. But if you hear this at some point, have a good rest of your day. I know it's still morning there. So Qapla all. Bird out.